Have her go to the range and do it herself. You can guide her. You can be there for her. You can rent guns. You can freaking get her in a class. Do something, but you step back and you let her do it without your guidance.
Yep.
Maybe you can go, hey, you know what? If you're going to do it, 9 millimeter is easier or something like that. But here's the best bet: shut the fuck up and find whatever she likes shooting and support that. And once she gets into it, she might be able to shoot the guns you like, but you get the guns she likes that fits.
What's up, everybody? It's that time again. It's time for Locked, Cocked, and Unfiltered. I have my wonderful and sexy and beautiful co-host, myself, and then these two ugly bastards with me. We've got Tony Simon and we got Clayton Slosser. And today we wanted to talk about the women's handguns. So I did a search. I did two different searches here. I want to see, we're going to play a guessing game again with this one. So what are the top 5 most popular handguns bought for women?
Ruger LC9.
Not the LC9, but there is
LC,
LCP.
LCR.
LCR. LCR is number 4.
So we're getting into the horrible little lady, you need a snub nose 38.
Right. So, yep.
Oh,
Ruger
great.
LCR is number 4.
All right, Smith and Wesson Airweight.
Nope.
I don't know what number though. No.
Nope.
Smith?
So I'll go ahead. There's Smith & Wesson's on there. Ruger LCR is the only revolver on the purchased list.
Okay. So Smith is on there.
Yep.
Oh, dude, is it the EZ?
Yes, sir. You know it, buddy.
All right. I made that mistake too.
Now I'm going to pause right there on that one. I will say that is a good gun depending on hand strength, nerve damage, arthritis, things like that. I will say that is a good gun for people that have issues with hand strength and racking guns before you start dogging that thing. All right, so
my only issue with the EZ is you have to make sure you push in that grip safety window.
I will agree that they should have never done that grip safety on that thing. That's the problem. If anybody out there for Smith & Wesson happens to catch this, which I highly doubt it, the next time you go to revamp that gun, please take that damn grip safety off.
Yes.
So LCR is number 4. EZ is number 5.
All right. Any more Smith and Wessons on the list?
Nope.
All right, cool. Let's go with Glock.
Nope.
Glock. No?
Not on the purchased. Not on the purchased. All right. Really? So I remember I did 2 separate lists. I did one for purchased for women, and then I did one for recommended for women. So for the purchased Glock is not on the list.
All right. So that means bad decisions were made. All right. Any Smith and Wesson? More Smith and Wessons on the list? All right. All right. Hold on. Let me put myself in the place of a really stupid dude that's gonna buy his wife a gun. I'm gonna buy my chick a pistol because she gonna be able to keep it in her purse. Walter PPK.
Walter is on there, but not the PPK.
PDP.
The Walter PDPF.
PDPF. Yep, that's number 2.
All right. Well, that's not a dumb decision. That's a really good one.
Exactly. I will say that. Nope. The top 3, I think, really deserve to be the top 3.
Canic.
So we're looking for number 1 and number 3.
Canic.
If y'all don't get number one, I'm really going to be disappointed in both of y'all.
We're thinking way too hard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It
So
should be a layup then.
You need to think women. I'm buying my gun for my girlfriend, wife, whatever it might be. What do most ladies want in their gun?
The Sig Rose?
The Sig Rose.
Sig Rose.
Yes, sir. That's number one.
Yep.
Number three.
So what's left?
Number three.
Canic.
Number 3. Is that a Canic?
Nope.
Okay.
We've actually already spoken about it in a previous episode.
Great. I don't listen to this show. Even when I'm on this show, I don't listen to this show. I'm not supposed to remember what the frick
Tony,
you said on this show.
you expressed some disdain for this company.
Springfield Hellcat.
Hellcat.
There's only one gun company I express disdain for.
And then it says the SIG P238 is a close runner-up to being tied at number 5 with the EZ. Yes, I hate that P238. So
hold on. I'm thinking I know what it is. P238. Is it that little 1911?
Yes,
looking
sir.
my God.
Yes, sir. You know,
How the heck? This looks like if you gave somebody Legos and said, make a gun.
Yeah.
It looks like somebody that had ergonomic. I'm allergic to ergonomics. Oh, I know what it is. They took all of their freaking drafting tools and left them with extra sketches and told them to draw a pistol.
No, you know what it is? The SIG P238, the SIG P2, the P238 is the DEI hire.
No shit.
Uh-huh.
It looks like they designed it in a Minecraft. This looks like what a 1911 looked like in Minecraft.
I'm sorry, I hate that gun. Oh my God!
How come your gun pixelated?
Please, people, please.
I hate that gun.
Do not buy that gun for your significant other. All right. And you're going to see a little bit more why when we get a little bit deeper into this episode. So that is the top purchased handguns for women. So I did a search for top 5 handguns recommended for ladies, but it really gave me more than a top 5. So, but I want to, I'm going to see if y'all can guess what the top 5 on the list are.
Ooh. Top 5 guns recommended?
Recommended.
See, this is weird.
Recommended for ladies.
There's got to be a revolver on there somewhere.
Look, you know what? I ain't even going to play this way. I'm going to go by, hold on. Hence. Does it make sense? Does the list make sense, Chris?
For the most part.
Okay.
The top,
right, cool.
the top 5 makes sense.
Okay.
The top 5 makes sense. Clayton, there is a revolver in the list, but it is not in the top 5.
Okay.
All right. Let's do top 5. Glock 19.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
PDPF.
PDPF.
Nope, not in the top 5.
Really?
What?
There's a Walter in the top 5. Is Walter in the top 5? Okay.
Walter is not in the top 5.
SIG 365.
SIG P365 is number 2. Glock 19 is number 5.
Smith & Wesson M&P.
M&P.
Easy.
Shield Plus.
Shield.
Okay.
M&P Shield is number 1.
All right, cool.
So we need number 3 and number 4.
Is it going to be a repeat of one of the ones we already said, the manufacturers?
Yes.
And Smith & Wesson is one of the
43.
manufacturers?
What'd you say, Clayton?
We got the Hellcat.
Glock 43X.
So Hellcat's number 4, 43.
Mm-hmm.
The 43 is number 3. So the Shield number 1, the 365 number 2, the 43 number 3, Hellcat number 4, Glock 19 number 5.
Okay, I'm not mad at it.
All right, makes sense.
So
Whole list makes sense.
I totally agree with that. So now let's go top 10. So what's 6 through 10?
PDP.
All right, if we got to...
The PD just says PDP.
Yeah, I understand that.
PDP,
the revolver on the list? The revolver on the list?
Not in the top 10.
Okay. All right, so it's not still in the top 10. All right, I'm gonna put a Ruger on there. Is Ruger on there?
Which one?
LCP.
LCP
I don't know. Max 9,
Max. Yep.
gay, whatever.
Yep. LCP Max. So
Taurus
the
G3.
PDP is number 8, 6,
Clayton?
7, 8, 9, 10. So the
What do you got, Clayton?
PDP is number 8. The LCP Max is number 9.
Taurus G3.
So we need numbers. Nope. Not in the top 10.
I'm getting
Actually,
women to buy handguns, and I'm directing them to get it. Yo, is the CZP10 on that list? P10C?
it is not the P10C.
Uh,
The CZ is on the list, but not in the top 10.
all right, don't even worry about it then. It ain't gonna be nothing from Colt.
No.
They pooped
Nope.
the bed on that long ago. It won't be anything from Kimber because again, they pooped the bed on
I'll
that
tell
long
you
ago.
what, the ones that we're looking for, 6, 7, and 10, are manufacturers we've already said in the top 5.
All right, another Glock.
Glock
Yep.
42.
Which one?
Yeah, I don't know the
43X.
Glock numbers. All right,
43X.
cool. Yeah,
43X
I
is
don't.
number 43X is number 7.
It's Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0.
Yeah,
Nope. It is a Smith &
no,
Wesson, but not the M&P
it's
2.0.
it's not the EZ.
EZ's number
Easy.
6.
All right,
Now, what
and
do you think?
last one,
What do you think number 10 is?
Hellcat Pro.
Oh no. Oh no. No, sir.
Oh boy.
It cracked the top 10.
It cracked the
We've
top
already
10.
mentioned it.
Well, we've talked about it. It hasn't been on any of the other lists that we've talked about, but we have talked about this gun. We have talked about
320.
this gun. The 320, baby. Yes, sir.
Well,
Then from there it goes Smith & Wesson 340 PD, Smith & Wesson M&P Bodyguard, Glock 19M, Glock 42, Ruger Max 9, Glock 48, Kimbo.
whoa, 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 whoa. Glock 19M, the FBI variant.
Yep,
Seriously? Not
Nope.
the X.
Glock
Yeah,
19.
that is weird.
That's
Yep.
weird as fuck.
Most people
That's
wouldn't know there is a Glock 19M. So
really.
how in the heck is
I was a little shocked it made it on this list for, especially for recommended for ladies.
Yeah.
I'm wondering because there's nothing about it making it recommended for ladies. It has the it has nothing. No finger grooves, ambidextrous extended slide extension, flared magazine well, Ameriglow freaking sights. Huh? It's a Glock Gen 5.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, the Kimber Micro 9, Mossberg MC1 SC, 365 XL, CZ75 P1, and the Glock 43.
I find that list I find that list suspect because of two things you said. You said the Glock 19M and you said the friggin' Mossberg MC1. The fuck out of here.
Hey man, for people that don't know, or you got people that don't understand, and you're going to Bubba Jimbo down the street that shoots guns in his backyard to get a recommendation to what you get your wife, I could see that being thrown out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I started out. First gun I ever got, my granddaddy got me a Mossberg 500 410. And I'm figuring I'm just a Mossberg guy from beginning to end. I went to Mossberg and got my lever action. I got my adjustable lever action with the Picatinny rail on it from Mossberg. I ain't never been happier. Then when I got a rifle, and when they started making ARs, I got an AR from Mossberg too. And then I went and got my bolt action from Mossberg. So when they started making pistols, I was like, hey, I'm dedicated to subpar shit. Why don't I go ahead and get a pistol from Mossberg too? Yeah, I can see that. You're 100% right, Chris. I have no idea what I was thinking, bro.
I'm telling you,
Oh my
man.
god.
I'm telling you,
Natural
dude.
progression.
there more people have that gun than what you think, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have seen that showing up more in some of my
Please
permit
tell me.
classes and stuff.
Please tell me it has the cross bolt safety too on that pistol. Yes, they make a version with a cross bolt safety, like it's a Crossman air pistol.
Oh, me.
Tony, why do you think that Mossberg pistol's garbage? Yeah, because they don't like it.
But no, the recommended top 5, I totally agree with. Top 10, But yeah, after the top 10, it's just like, where in the hell are these people going with this?
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, top 10's got 2 lies on it. I stopped believing it.
Which ones are you saying?
The 19M. I just somehow don't believe anybody that is somehow.
No, that's not. That's in like the top. That falls in the top 15, I guess, if we're looking at it that way.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're a gun person, you got to be a whole. This was commissioned by the FBI in 2016.
I'll be honest, man. I had never heard of it till I started looking at this stuff.
Oh,
I'd
yeah,
never.
That's how much of a nerd I am that I heard it and was like, "Hold up, wait a damn minute." Just no.
Oh my God! So now when I break it out, the Glock 19M is a versatile pistol thanks to its reduced dimensions. We call this one the GOAT.
Who calls that the GOAT?
Whoever, I guess, wrote this little article. I don't know.
Yeah, AI wrote that article.
PoliceScience.com.
AI wrote that article.
Yeah, you're probably right. But no, I'd never heard of the 19M until I got to looking at this.
Hold on. How many? Oh, no, that's not going to answer. Is the Glock 19 rare? Other rare models include their original Glock Gen 5 19 prototype, which was produced. Oh, never mind. Yeah, whatever.
Wow. So now, since we've gone over these lists,
Sorry.
let me just go ahead and say the big reason we wanted to talk about this is there's no true woman's handgun or woman's rifle or woman's shotgun. All right. This is to me, if you want to sit and talk about stuff with like equality and this and that, guns is all about it. Because you've got to go and find what fits you.
Yep.
Not what somebody is claiming or what this person is saying is, oh, this gun's designed for women. This was made for women. No. Manufacturers don't go down the list and go, all right, here's our manufacturing side for men and here's our manufacturing side for women. Guns are made. You've got to find what works for you. So let's hurt some feelings here because I just feel like I'm in that kind of mood right now. Ladies, don't let your husbands buy your gun. If you want to take them with you to look at it and talk about it, I get that. Don't let them buy your gun.
Yeah.
You need to find what works for you, because what works for your husband or your boyfriend or your significant other or whatever you're crawling in bed with is not going to work for you. We've got to get out of this whole women's handgun thing. What's a good handgun for women? Whatever.
No.
Going to work for you.
My husband, like, he's really into guns. So he knows. He watches those YouTube videos all the time. Grand Forefinger. He watched that dude. He watches him. I see him watches him. He watches some dude. I think the guy's retarded. Nothing special. He watches him. Like every time I come in the room, he has some video on. So I mean, I know he's all in the gun, so he knows what he's paying attention to. He listens to that. Some old dude that's like Mr. Rogers on freaking crack. Hiccups 45. He listens to him. He listens to Hiccups 45.
That needs to be a shirt.
Oh, the guy knows what he's talking about.
Oh my God.
I swear to God.
Oh my God.
Oh me.
Oh my God.
He listens to this one dude. He listens to this one dude that wears hot pants in every video. What's his name? James Reeves, Steve Reeves, some. Yeah. Yeah, he listens. Yeah, dude, he has to know what he's talking about. He watches all the videos.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
don't forget he probably watches Colon Noir.
Dude, he does. He looked at that black guy. What's his name? Black guy, baseball hat, mustache. Kevin Dixie. Yeah, he watches him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just because. Look, more than likely, every woman who bailed out of this long ago, if you watch this. Okay, so I'll go ahead and direct this as who's affected. Hey, guy, check it out. Come here. Come closer. Come closer. You don't know guns as well as you think you do. I know you think you do. And I ain't gonna be mad at you, but understand, just because you watch videos don't mean you know what to fit your wife's hand. Now, don't make the mistake I made. I'm not even gonna talk to you like I'm better than you. I'm telling you this because I screwed up. I took my wife to the range when I thought I knew about guns because I've been into guns all my life, so I know what I'm doing. I walked in the range, I got a 357 Magnum for my wife, and I got 38s for it. And I took her to the range and she shot it. I rented the gun at the range. Shot it perfectly. Minimal. Matter of fact, she told me she didn't listen to anything I said. I was just running my mouth. And she just aimed down the sights, pulled the trigger, and she put a cluster of rounds touching at 10 yards, center mass. I was like, holy crap, my wife's a phenom. You know what I'm going to get her next? Something that's easy to shoot and is a classic. So I went and rented a SIG P226. And I figured, hey, she was able to do the double action trigger pull. She didn't even fire that thing single action, by the way. She did double action trigger pull on a revolver and cloverleaf shit. So I'm like, she's gonna rock with this SIG. I gave her the SIG P226. She pulled the trigger one time, hit center mass. The brass ejected, hit the wall, bounced back and hit her in the middle of the face. She thought she shot her face off. She put the gun down and walked the frig out and was on her third cigarette, chain smoking in the car before I could get to her. And she has not been in the range since, and that happened 22 years ago.
Damn.
So you don't know what you don't know. Let professionals handle it.
100%.
Have her go to the range and do it herself. You can guide her. You can be there for her. You can rent guns. You can freaking get her in a class. Do something, but you step back and you let her do it without your guidance.
Yep.
Maybe you can go, hey, you know what? If you're going to do it, 9 millimeters easier or something like that. But here's the best bet: shut the fuck up and find whatever she likes shooting and support that. And once she gets into it, she might be able to shoot the guns you like, but you get the guns she likes that fits her hand, and then it'll be a gateway to getting stuff you also enjoy if you make it fun for her and don't make it an assignment. Understand, if you think you're going to say something and your wife's going to buy into it and jump on 100%, you haven't been together very long.
No,
So
I
take
mean,
my advice. My wife
no,
hasn't been in a range in 2 decades because I screwed up.
Right.
I totally agree with you on that one, man. I mean,
100%.
that I don't think any of us could have said it any better. You need to find what she likes. You need to support her for what she likes. If it's a pink fucking gun, let it be a pink fucking gun. If she likes it and she likes shooting it, that's really what matters.
Right.
Don't like Tony said, don't try to force something you like onto her because you want a reason to buy the gun. You got to let her he said it perfectly. You got to let her find what she likes and then build from there.
Yep.
But if you try to force her into something, she's probably not going to like it. And that's going to be the end of it. And she's not going to want to come back to guns ever again. So yes, you need to let her, like he said, guide her, let them figure it out by themselves.
Yep.
So
I
here's what can
mean,
happen. Here's the two alternatives I feel like can happen. Both of them is your wife bought the gun. All right, let's go with your wife bought the gun. One of them, you let her pick out what she wanted. She liked the gun. She had fun shooting the gun. She buys the gun. The gun is not something you like. Hold on, let's figure out something that many dudes don't want. Um, I'm not gonna go with pink. Let's go with something like stupid colorful, like who makes something? All right, hey, she picks up a Canic. She picks up one of those Canic Miami freaking colored ones. Remember that when they did the Miami Vice theme with the
Yeah.
neon colors?
yep,
She
Yes,
liked the
sir.
colors. It's a
Yep.
bigger gun, but she liked it and she shoots it and she goes to the range and she ends up joining a women's shooting group. Um, and because she's got the coolest guns, the girls talk to her and she ends up shooting a lot more. Now she's carrying it. Maybe she found out that that gun is a little big for her, but she's already purchased Canics. So now she gets the Canic carry gun, right? One of the new Canic carry guns is made in America, and she's carrying it. Now you and her are out, and she's carrying a gun that she shoots well. She's got your back. She shot under pressure of competition. She's practiced and dry fired because she likes the way her gun looked. She's an asset.
yep,
Now let's go the other way.
There you go,
You
right
put
there, baby.
There you go. Exactly. That's just a fun looking gun, in my opinion. Everything doesn't have to be tactical black or FDE. Matter of fact, I think they're boring. So let's flip it the other way. You insisted on your wife getting that pink little freaking revolver. So you pretty much browbeat her into getting a Smith and Wesson Airweight in 357 Magnum. She hates the gun. The gun has a horrific trigger pull, even with 38s loaded in it, because she liked it. She thought she liked it when you forced it in her hand because it was lightweight and it wasn't heavy and it'll be easy for her to carry. Then she shot it and it felt like she hit a charging bull in the forehead with an aluminum bat and it hurts her hand. She shot it the one time at the range. She barely hit anything on it. And since you don't shoot for shit, you thought getting 5 shots on an entire freaking Ipsit target made sense. And it was a win for you, and she takes it home and sticks it in the stock drawer and never, ever, 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 never, and ever, ever pulls it out again.
There
Now
you
she's
go.
not only not an asset to you, when you're not home and working and that's her self defense pistol, even if she gets to it at the bottom of the sock drawer, she's not going to be able to shoot and protect herself with it. Let your wife pick out her gun and let her have fun with it. And if
yep,
she picks out the little pink gun and shoots it and it sucks, then it's on her and you go back, you sell it. She learns a really lesson that you bought it for $450, and they only gave you $250 for it when you took it back in a week later with 6 rounds through it. But then you buy something she likes, and you just leave it all on her. And of course, she'll blame it on you because why didn't you tell her that this gun hurts?
yep,
Hey, eat it. You're married. It's not going to be the first time you were right and wrong at the same time.
Yep. I couldn't have said that better myself, Tony.
Yeah,
That
we're all firearms instructors, dude, and we've had to put up with the mess you guys leave behind of a
yep,
situation that could have been a positive that you've turned into a
yep,
negative. We don't want that. We want you to be happy, we want your wife to be happy, and we want you guys to be safe.
yep,
And to do it, you're gonna have to check your ego a little bit, and you let your
yep.
wife pick out the thing.
Yep. Yep. If you're local for me, you got places like Sharpshooters, you got Palmetto State Armory, Deep South Defense, where you can go in and they'll let you rent a lot of your common carry guns and run some rounds through them. So go in and rent, let them try them out.
yep,
Or I have classes set up where you can come and they're going to be able to come in and try out different handguns of different sizes. Now, I will say I mainly stay around 9mm because, to me, I think especially if it's a newer shooter, those are a little bit more easier to control. I have a couple of 380s in the mix. I'll go ahead and tell you right now, I talk about revolvers in that class, but I don't have any revolvers to shoot because truthfully, I've never had any women like shooting revolvers. That if I've had come through and do like my intro to handgun class and stuff, none of them like shooting revolvers.
Well, there's a
Right.
couple reasons. There might be a couple reasons for that. Um, that double action trigger pull is heavy, and it takes a
Exactly.
lot of concentration. So
Yep.
what I did when I got my revolver, and the reason I got my revolver was because they female shooter. I had a woman in who was 69 years old, but she was the person that was mobile in the relationship. Her husband was 20 years older than her and infirmed. So she had to be the one to protect the family because he was sick and because they were in the vulnerable age group. She felt that they were going to be victims of people breaking in looking for drugs because old people have drugs. So she
Right.
came to my class, and what she found was she didn't have the grip strength to rack the slide on a semi auto. And it's not, oh, teacher technique. No, it was the fact that she didn't have the grip strength to keep her hand on this and pull it back any kind of way.
Yep.
So I went and picked up, I told my FFL, and he's an awesome dude. And he was like, Tony, I found you something. It's a Smith& Wesson 686. He got me the Smith& Wesson 686 used for $600. He did a trigger job that gave me like a 7 pound double action trigger pull, and it gave me a like 3 pound single action trigger pull that don't move, and it was beautiful. And everybody's able to use this because it's smooth as silk. It has no grit, and that's what you're going to have to do if you get a revolver. This is a full size 686. This is not a carry revolver, but it can be a home defense revolver very easily. Also, the Model 66, which is a smaller frame, also can be used the same thing, especially if you load them with 38s. So that's a great defensive revolver for anybody who doesn't want the complexity of a semi-automatic, who may be intimidated by a semi-automatic. A full-size revolver is much easier to shoot, especially with the rubber grip, so you can get your hand around it and it be controllable, and you don't have to load it with 357 magnums. I'm sorry, but 38s, 158 grain 38s, very good, and have been putting people on their ass since the late 1800s.
Now I think the
I agree.
686 is definitely a good one there. Yeah, and I mean there are other situations as well too. Depending on
Yeah.
hand strength, nerve damage, arthritis.
All kinds of
That's
stuff.
that's really the. I will say that's the only one time I have recommended a revolver for
Yeah. Same
somebody,
here. Same
and
here.
it was a lady. It was a elderly lady that had some really, really, really bad arthritis in her hand, and she just
Hey,
had
fellas,
no way to rack any type of slide.
you should look into it too, guys. A lot of us work with our hands. I have a lifetime of work on my hands. I've fights, I've hit stuff, I've broken stuff. Age ain't gonna be good to me in my hands. So to be able to have firearms that can shoot when I'm not 100%, it might work.
Yep.
No, so I honestly, I think I'm already getting some arthritis a little bit in my hands. So no, I mean it's definitely going to be something that's going to happen as we age. So I
Oh
mean,
yeah, for sure.
no, revolvers aren't. To me, I think a lot of people would say revolvers are obsolete. I don't think they're obsolete. They serve
Me
their
neither.
purpose depending on the person. And I mean, even though I don't like revolvers, I mean, one of Kelly's guns that she first picked out was a 38 revolver. That's what she liked.
Right.
I don't like revolvers. I don't. Now I do. There are some that I would like to have in the collection, but nothing that I'm going to use it for or anything. The GP 100, the 686 are all nice. They're fun to shoot, but
Right.
I wasn't going up
Okay.
like, oh, you don't need that. You don't need that. Now I did eventually start talking to her like, we do need to get you a bigger round count, so we need to explore some other options. And I let her shoot some different guns, and that's where she came up and liked the P365.
Okay. So, how do I say this? There are no shortcuts.
Yes.
All right, there are
No.
no shortcuts to this. So I don't think in any way revolvers are obsolete. When we
No.
take in the realism of real civilian self-defense firearms uses, revolvers still work. Now, the reason revolvers worked in the past and you were dropping people is not as if we did multiple people robbing you as a new thing. They shot them better. They trained with them. That was the only option. You didn't have the option of firing 15 rounds out of a magazine and missing 90% of the time. You had 5 or 6 rounds and you had to make them count. So you dry fired, you practiced, you worked at it, you learned to aim, you learned and applied basic fundamentals of marksmanship. Now, what happened, even with law enforcement was able to complete gunfights and win gunfights with 6 round revolvers
Yep.
and they were able to handle it with 5 to 6 rounds. Very few reloads, even with cops.
Yeah.
And pretty much the most times you heard about the reloads of police officers, that fight ended up being famous enough that it has a name. Then came semi-autos, and the number of rounds cops used in incidents doubled.
Yep.
Went from 6 rounds to 12 to 15 rounds. Why? Because they stopped applying marksmanship basics because they had so many more rounds on tap they could throw at a problem. With us as civilians, every round counts, and every missed round is a lawsuit. So work on your fundamentals because there is no shortcut. So I don't think revolvers are obsolete, but you better hit where you aim at because you don't have a bunch of shells or rounds to spare. Just like I don't feel shotguns are obsolete, but more than likely you only have between 5 and 8 rounds or 5 and 9 rounds for that either.
Yep.
Missed rounds usually don't win gunfights.
Nope.
So it's not what you're using; it's how you're using it.
Yep.
Get a trigger job on that revolver. Get some dummy rounds and spend a lot of time dry firing that thing, and you'll get good at it. And hey, one of the cheapest, easiest things is to go join your local range and do the weekly competition there for $10 or $20, and that'll get you trigger time on your revolver. Like we just did the police combat course. That's what I shoot once a month. Get a holster, shoot that sucker. That's 50 or 60 rounds. Practice, dry fire, you'll be good with your pistol. You'll be able to put rounds on multiple targets. Very few revolver classes out there, but understand that many of the drills that we have today that we run are done so you can build skills with a semi-automatic pistol. And these guys got to fill classes with tactical shit. They have 15 round mags. So yes, you have drills based on having a 15 round magazine. Guess what they did when they had 6 rounds? They did drills based on 6 round capacity. Not
Right.
many people are hosting those classes anymore.
Yep.
I now with especially with my handgun, my any of my handgun classes, if you've got a revolver, I don't care if that's what you come in with. I'll show you how
Yeah.
to work with it in a self defense situation. You know, um, but yeah, this it's just this whole thing of women's these women's
Guns.
guns, these ladies
Ridiculous.
guns is 100% ridiculous. You have got to let them find what works for them. When you go into a gun store, it's not like going into a clothing store. You don't have a section over here for men's and then a section over here for ladies. You all go to the same section to look at the same guns.
Yep.
The biggest thing we want people to understand, and like Tony said earlier, is you got to let them find what they like and stop forcing stuff onto them. Don't force something on them that they're not going to like. Because I've had ladies come into 101 classes and permit classes and 201 classes going, I don't like this gun. Well,
Yep.
how did you get it? Oh, so and so bought it for me. My dad bought it for me. My husband bought it for me. My boyfriend bought it for me. That right therein lies the problem. Stop
Yep.
this crap of thinking this certain manufacturer, this certain model is a woman's gun. It is not the case.
Yep.
Now,
Because
I've had
from my understanding, the original design of the 365 was to be more marketed toward ladies. If I understood that correctly from what I was reading on some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Never read
But
that.
no, I don't.
But
Who really knows if that's true? But I mean, you see
how's
where.
this? I want to put this out there. Don't even be particular. Stop. Okay, hold on. Because I'm trying to be positive because I've made these mistakes. So I know sometimes when people hear the stuff I say, they go, Tony, you think, no, no, I've made the mistakes and I don't want you to
Right.
make them.
Exactly.
Stop listening to fucking YouTubers that don't have a background in training a lot of different type of people. If the motherfucker only trains military age men and tactical turtle bullshit, don't listen to them about what to get for your wife. All right. Other thing is people repeat shit continually with no basis of understanding of it, never have dealt with it. They just, hey, don't get her something double action. Don't get a double action, single action, because she'll never be able to reach that long trigger pull. Really? Well, my agency that I work with had freaking HK USPs and 40 Smith and Wesson, and all the women were able to pass qual with that every year. And some of them weren't aware that that was a long, heavy trigger pull that they couldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
They had no problem doing it. They weren't aware that, oh, the Smith and Wesson 40 Smith and Wesson round, that's snappy and hard to control. No, they just shot the freaking gun because that's how you shoot guns. That's the only gun they shot. Matter of fact,
Right.
their off duty was one because that was the only gun they shot. That's the gun they got trained on. That was the gun they felt comfortable with. So stop listening to these assholes who are really working for a check and working to sell you some shit or have a bias because of their own experiences. Again, training military age healthy men. It's just different. So, and how about this? How crazy would it be if your chick picks a 45? One of the shortest ladies I know is a badass broad who's what the frick does she do? Not judo, not karate. She's in some mixed martial art as an
Jiu-jitsu.
instructor. Yeah, yep, jiu-jitsu instructor. Tiny lady runs an XD 45 in
Ugh.
competition.
Damn.
Ugh.
So never, ever, ever
Ugh.
assume that your chick should get something
Ah.
because she might like the recoil. She
I
might
don't.
like the snapback. She might like the size of that gun. So don't
Uh,
dissuade her. Now, I feel I'm in a unique situation because I meet new people every 2 weeks and I have people volunteer with me from every walk of life. Plus, I'm in the department, plus, I take classes. And we see differently than many people, especially again, if you're following YouTubers. These people only see what's in their echo chamber, man. You need to walk away from that.
no, I totally agree with that.
Yeah. Well, hell, this is a hell of a
It's
conversation.
no, I knew
Sorry.
this was gonna. I knew this was
No,
gonna
no,
be a
no,
good
no. It was good.
conversation. I think it was
No, I agree.
a great topic because people need to understand it's
They
not
do.
the woman's gun; it's what works for that particular person. Just like I'll be honest, I would never wreck an XD.
Yeah.
Especially an XDM. Now XDM 45, I don't have a problem with the caliber. I had a lady come into a permit class one time, 1911 chambered in 45, and
Okay.
was stacking rounds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what works for you, then
Run
so
it.
be it.
Yep.
If
Yeah,
you
that was
want the
my issue.
revolver, if you want the freaking Smith and Wesson shield or the Glock 19M,
A
whatever.
Derringer.
That's just
No,
weird.
yeah,
And
hey,
hey, look,
yep. I
maybe
had my Derringer show up. By God,
and maybe wow, that is insane. And maybe your lady will pick something that you've never heard of. Maybe she picks a SAR 9. Maybe
Yeah.
she picks a car arms pistol. And you're like, what the
Yep.
frick is that? Where am I going to find mags for that? Bro, just support it. Shut the
Yep.
flick
hey,
up
100%.
and support it.
100%.
don't forget, I had the grandma come in with the Smith and Wesson 500.
Yep.
That's insane. That
But
is
now
insane.
she was totally put into the wrong gun by a. It wasn't a significant other. It was just a freaking shitty freaking firearm salesman that was making money.
Yeah.
Is all that was. Now
Yeah, it's
in part, I would say it was 80-20. 80% the salesman's fault, 20% her fault, because she walked in and she said, I want a gun that's going to put somebody down in one shot. She
I don't put that on her at all.
No.
I don't
she
even put it on her a
no,
little.
but now she technically got what she asked for, but that again is why I put it more on the salesman. That was shitty on the salesman.
Oh,
If
if I'm gonna blame her at all for walking out with that big bitch, I only go, didn't you think it was heavy and kind of hard to hold up?
see, that's when I
Outside of
got to
that, it's
talk.
all on him.
When I got to talking to her, she did not hold it. She'd only picked it up in the case, and the guy took it out, put it in, showed it to her, showed her the round, put it in the case, bought it out the door. The first time
All
Oh,
she
right,
held that, the first time she held that was with me.
damn.
2%. All right, 2% I put on her. I would ask her, like, other than underwear, what else article of clothing have you ever walked in a store and bought and didn't try on first?
Right.
So, but again, I mean, elderly lady, not knowing, going in, relying based off that
Can I go
salesman
ahead and
there at
say
that
this?
time. Say it.
I went on, I became a member of Firearms Radio Network Gun and Gear Review podcast. I went on the first show to promote the diversity shoot. I kept coming back because they gave me an opportunity so I can talk to people about this before they bought it and tell them not to be victims of these kind of people. That's why I push it. That's why when I do a review, it's, yeah, I got 10 years on this gun. I got 7 years on this gun. I got 5 years on this gun. I want to shoot the shit out of the thing. A 1,000 round review is like somebody doing a review on a Toyota freaking Corolla and only driving it for 5 days, going back and forth to work.
Right.
That's the equivalent of a 1,000 round review. Okay, the thing works and the blinkers work. That's a 1,000 round review. Your firearm should let. This firearm has been around since 1991. I fired so many rounds through here, plus whatever law enforcement agency happened before me, that we wore parts out on the inside. That took 35 years.
Yep.
That's a long term freaking review.
Hell yeah.
All right. So even if your lady gets something that you've never heard of before, but she's happy with it, man, you figure out how you get magazines for a fucking Daewoo. That's a you problem. Smith and Wesson mags. Smith and Wesson mags work, by the way. Um, but yeah, that's fine. You get it for her. You make sure you have enough of them, and you let that lady shoot. And then when she starts getting more time in the range, she'll see other ladies. That'll probably be her first thing. Depends on how friendly your range is. She'll see her friends, regardless of their gender, shoot other guns and try them and learn about them. And then she'll probably get that thing you probably wanted her to get if it's good. If it sucks, screw you. She probably have a CZ75. Haha. Remember, that's what Johanna had, right? She had a CZ75
Yeah.
Rammy,
Yep.
which I think you call it PCR, but they've stopped making all those, and now they're just making the fucking carry Shadow 2 carry
Yeah.
or yeah. CZ Shadow 2 carry is now the way more expensive version of that gun. But there are lots of guns. Maybe she wants a hammer fire gun. Whatever it is, support her in what she gets. Let her shoot it. And maybe she'll rock out with it and I'll become your partner. And again, when you both have firearms training, when you both carry everywhere you go, you more than double the ability to defend yourself. You probably, it's like if somebody tries to rob you, then you outnumber them 3 or 4 to 1 because you have two sets of eyes watching stuff because you've taken defensive firearms classes together. More than likely, he'll go after the man. Your old lady steps to the side, does a freaking draw, and Mozambique's that motherfucker right in front of you.
Yep.
He wakes up on the other side of the
Yep.
curtain.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Shit.
So yes, please take the time. Take your significant other out, rent some guns, let them shoot some guns. If you've no friends that have guns that might fit them or one that they're maybe looking at or something or had mentioned, go in there and let that happen. All right.
Yep. 100%.
Let them pick it out. Let them decide. Let them find what works for them. Then start getting some training, start getting some practice, and work it out. But I
If you
think
live
this
in New
is
Jersey, if you live in New Jersey, you can check out diversityshoot.com and go to the ranges I work with. 3 out of 4 of them rent guns. Rent guns there. Check them out and support the organizations that help me. If you want to come to one of my diversity shoots, we host 20 events a year for $20, and you, your wife, your kid, your best friend, and even that motherfucker across the street that you don't talk to, invite that son of a bitch too. We shoot guns here is $20 plus we provide pizzas and we have cool raffle prizes and you'll shoot a plethora of firearms and you can check out whatever the heck you want to get. Plus you'll learn where a cool range is that's clean, that has clean bathrooms and a freaking professional staff. So diversityshoot.com if you live in Jersey, PA, Delaware, Maryland, or New York City, because one of our ranges are 15 minutes away from New York City. You can come out and shoot guns and be a part of our family. So do that or do it in your local whatever. But get some training. Let your old lady get out there, your young lady, your wife, whatever you want to call her. If you're upset over the words I said just now, what took you so long?
Yeah, he's definitely doing some great stuff. So if you're in
Yes.
and around that area, you definitely need to
Definitely
get
go.
out there and check it out. I know Clayton, he's got classes where you can come in and shoot different guns. I've got classes where you can come in and shoot different guns. So there's a lot of options out there. There's no excuses. Sorry, you got to let them find what works for them, not what works for you.
Yep.
All right. There's ways that you can find, let them go and rent it, see what they like, and then use that. Say if it's something you're going to use for a gift, go say, hey, let's go out to the range, let's rent some guns, let's have some fun, and then you can find out what she likes and then go buy a gun from that. But just don't buy a gun based off of what you think she's going to like or what she's going to fit her hand, or just because you made her shoot your Glock 19 that you happen to be out on the range with and you think she likes it because she actually shot it. That was just to appease you. Don't do that. All right,
Yeah.
let them find what works for them.
Hey, get a gift certificate for her. I mean, let her.
Yep.
Yeah, gift certificate would work even better, bro.
There's you got tons of options out there. I think this has been a really good episode. I hope this has helped people understand there are no women's guns. There's just fucking guns. Let them find what works for them. So I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. I hope everybody has a great night and peace out.
Peace out with your feces out.